Today we're talking about unleashing your hidden superpower. Did you know that you have a hidden superpower? Well, if you didn't, then you'll find out today. And if you already know about it, then it's time to let it go so that you can reap the benefits of this superpower that you have. This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome to episode 140 of Enjoy Life. I'm thrilled that you're here, and that you're joining in, you're listening in, that you're using this podcast, and even more thrilled when you take action to be able to guide your life to go where you want it to go. Hey, if you want to really, really make my day, then take a screenshot or a picture with your phone of you listening to this podcast, of the podcast on the screen or something like that, and tag me on it on Instagram. My name is @NickMazie. Tag me. I'll see a notification, and that is just awesome stuff. I just truly love it. And it really just makes my day and my life knowing that people are getting value out of this podcast, because that's what it's here for. Well, thank you for that. But let's just go ahead and dive into today's episode. Today we're talking about this amazing superpower that you have. You know, and it might be hidden deep inside you. You might not know about it, but you have this just profound superpower. And you can release it. You can dig deep down. You can use it. You can use it to achieve what you want. You can use it to make your life better. You can use it to end up enjoying your life more, making it more meaningful. There's so many things. There's so many things that we have to acknowledge the superpower and then fully capitalize on the power that it has. Do you want to know what? This superpower is not sexy. It's not. No, by no means at all. In fact, it may be profound and amazing, but it's kind of boring. It really is. In fact, it's so boring. It's so boring that a lot of times we don't want to talk about it. That a lot of times we don't want to do it. It's one of those things that we know is true, but it's not sexy. It's not great to talk about. It's kind of boring. So let's just ignore it. And try to figure out a different way to go about achieving our goals and living the life that we want. It's really weird like that. In fact, you probably don't even want to hear me tell you about it now. Yeah, you might be interested because I'm talking about how great it is, but the fact is that, like I said, it's boring. It's boring. But I'm going to share with you the superpower because it is a superpower. And it can help you to have amazing success. It can help you to, like I said, achieve those things that you want to achieve. But you might want to ignore it because it's boring and it's unsexy. The choice is yours. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it by a quote. Okay? You may know who this is from, but the quote is, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." And Thomas Edison said that. Because the greatest superpower that's out there, and you have this amazing superpower, what it is, it's persistence. That's what it is. It's persistence. It's trying one more time. It's continuing to go after it, to not give up, and to keep pushing to your goals, toward what you want, toward those things that are important to you and valuable and meaningful in your life, to have the persistence to keep pursuing them, to keep striving, and to never give up. That's the superpower. And that's why I said it's not sexy. It's not sexy at all. In fact, sometimes it can seem downright boring because it's so simple. It's so simple that if you just don't give up, then you can make progress. If you just don't give up, then you can keep going forward. You can learn and improve because you didn't give up. And it's boring because a lot of times it means you're just doing it again. You're doing it again. You're doing it again. But that's when the magic starts to happen. The magic starts to happen when you keep at it. Because you do get better, because you do improve, because you make a little bit of progress. And that progress might be one tiny little inch at a time. But you know what? Those inches add up. And then over time, they add up to greater and greater distances. And before you know it, you've gone so far, you can't even imagine how far you've come, because where you came from just looks like a distance past and is not even recognizable because you've made so much progress, one tiny little inch at a time, through that superpower of persistence. See, and sometimes it's easy to let a failure or a failed attempt, to get us down, to get you down. When you fall, it's tough sometimes to get back up. But let me say, it's not a failure until you quit. There's a few acronyms for fail that I love, and I gotta share it with you. All right, the first one is FAIL. First attempt in learning. Because think about it, when you first try something, you're probably not going to succeed. And you don't succeed at most things when you first try. If you don't know how to do it and you don't have any skills in that area, then all it is it's an attempt and you're learning. And the next acronym is just about the same, but it's first action in learning. Because a lot of times you have to take action. You have to do something. And when you do something, then you can get feedback. Because the other saying goes, it's not failure, it's feedback. So once you try something, you attempt it, you do some work, you take some action, you're going to get some feedback. And then you can learn on that. And then you can improve, get a little bit better, and try again. Try again. Because this is your life. And you do have this superpower of persistence. And it can make all the difference in the world. Just don't let some junk of one little failed attempt say, oh, it must not be meant to be, so I might as well go ahead and give up now. No, you keep trying and you keep improving. You don't give up. You try, you improve, you repeat. And then you can make progress and you can achieve amazing things by that, just through that sheer persistence and not giving up. Think about it. Imagine if a child, gave up on walking because she fell down the first time. Imagine what that would be like. Well, nobody would be able to walk. If kids gave up so easily, they wouldn't. But for somehow that kid that's trying to walk, see, she knows that if she just doesn't give up, she's going to figure this out. And no one's going to keep her down. She's going to keep getting right back up and keep going after it and keep trying, keep getting a tiny bit better, and then making a little bit more progress, wobbling a little bit less, standing up for a longer period of time. And before you know it, she's going to be walking. And before you know it, she's going to be running. And you're going to try to keep up with her and get her to stay still a little bit. But that's a different point. So kids know all they have to do is be persistent, and then they're going to be able to do those things. Kids see someone walking, a child, they see someone walking, and then, hey, you know what? I want to do that, so I'm going to try and I'm going to try. But for some reason, adults, sometimes we just give up too easily. We see someone do something, and then so we try once, it doesn't work out, and then we make up all these excuses and all these reasons on why they can do it and why they have just more blessings, resources, skills, innate abilities, whatever. A lot of stuff that this other person has that I don't have. So poor me, I'm not going to be able to achieve or do it. All right, I don't mean to get too cynical in my voice. My apologies. But the point is we as adults, we can come up with all these reasons on why somebody else can do it and I can't. When really it comes down to, we just got to give it our absolute best and never give up. Keep making the progress, keep taking those steps, because a crazy thing happens when you don't give up. You make progress. And I said that progress might come inch by inch. It might come by just this tiny little bit at a time. But when you don't give up, that progress builds. And it builds. And then you get a little bit better. And then you learn a little bit more. And then you get a little bit better. And then you make some more progress. And then by now you got some momentum. And now you're cruising along and you're not taking little tiny inches. You're just taking feet by feet. And you're getting it. You can achieve those goals that you have. You can make progress in your life. You can guide it to go in the direction that you want it to go. But if you give up on your first try, and when you first fail your first attempt, if you give up like that, you're not going to be able to make any progress. You're not. But you do have this superpower of being persistent. It might not come naturally or easily to you. That's okay. The great things in life don't. Like walking for a child, it didn't come naturally or easy. But what it is they just saw that the value in what they were trying to do. They saw that somebody else did it, and so you know what? They probably can do it too. They didn't believe any of these excuses. They didn't stay down after they fell down. They got back up, they kept trying, and they went after it with that dogged persistence, knowing, if I keep trying, I'm going to do this. Remember that of what you knew when you were a child. When you were a child, you had that in you. So reach back down, get it out, take that superpower of persistence, and go after your goals, because you can achieve great things. You can make your life more how you want it to be. You can reap the benefits. It does take work and effort, but it's worth it. And you can do it. Don't give up. Don't give up. This is your life. Go make it what you want it to be. I really hope you enjoyed that episode and got some value out of it. If you did enjoy it, please rate and review this podcast, either on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. It will really help more people find it. There's so many podcasts out there these days that I really rely on you to share this material so that more people can find it. You can always just share it with a friend. You can send them to nickmazy.com, or like I said, rate and review this podcast. Any of those is a huge help, a huge benefit, and I sincerely appreciate it. And also, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect with you. You can find me on Instagram, just at Nick Mazy. Send me a message. Tell me anything that you like, or how I can improve, or just information you'd like to hear about on this podcast or through any of my material. And as always, you can go to nickmazy.com for more resources and topics just related to helping you guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it.